Hey, what's up? And it's time for another tip for Tuesday. Today, I want to talk a little bit about lead generation. So, I've just been in a couple different groups, a couple different meetups, webinars, and stuff this week, talking to some different people about lead generation. And I just want to kind of talk about something I noticed with some of the people that were just having a little bit of trouble with it. Obviously, we've run into this issue a few times here and there, and I think it's the same for a little bit of everybody when it comes to lead generation. But what I want to talk about, your tip for today, this tip for Tuesday, I want to talk about lead generation. Make sure you're focusing on the one, two, or three things that you know you can do really, really well versus doing five or six things that you're kind of just, doing it like 75% capacity, 50% capacity, or anything like that. So just how important it is to kind of just focus on those main things that you know you can do well and really putting all your effort into those things, knowing that you can track them, you can follow up with them and everything like that. So we're in a time that a lot of deals that people are getting, us included, and a lot of the other bigger wholesalers throughout the nation. That I know they say right now that the deal is it completely in the follow up. So it's those ones that a lot of your sellers are kind of going through that phase of like they're not quite sure what's going on right now. They might not be ready to sell today, but next week, next month, or in a couple weeks, whatever it may be, they're going to be in a different position. Everybody's going through that right now, so that's really important to make sure that you can follow up with your leads. So that makes even more sense of bringing that back to where it originates, that lead generation source. Make sure you have lead generation that you know you can focus on, that you know you can do well. You can track where it's coming from, how it's coming in, what the situation is, and be able to follow up with it from there. So I know I see a lot of people just talking to people too of where they usually get in a little bit of trouble with their lead generations and when they start taking on new things. Or just too many things. I know we've been in that situation before where we're all of a sudden we find ourselves doing 7 or 8 different various lead generation sources. All of a sudden we're in over our heads to where, oh man, I can't keep track of this, or where did this come from? What kind of lead is this? How do we approach it? That type of thing. So I think it's just really important to make sure you're kind of just focusing on exactly what you know you control, what you know is kind of right in front of you that you know you'll do well at, versus just kind of doing, throwing stuff against the wall and just seeing what happens. Not saying you shouldn't take on new lead generation sources. We're always going to try a new one every quarter to see what happens and stuff, but make sure you have your kind of ducks in a row. Make sure you know how to track it. Make sure you know how that follow-up system is in place before you bring on new lead generation. So just kind of one thing to keep in mind. I thought that was definitely worth mentioning today for this tip for Tuesday. So let me know if you have any feedback or just any input on that. So take care.